If I told you there are Japanese physicians in their 90s, some even past 100, who still see patients, still give talks, still take quiet morning walks to the clinic with the calm energy of people half their age, would you believe it? They are not superhuman, and they are not living on exotic powders. They are living examples of small, kind choices made over decades until those choices began to carry them. Today I want to hand you those choices in plain language so you can start tomorrow morning. Before we begin, I want to know who I am talking to. Please write your age and where you are watching from in the comments so I can build the next episodes for the people who are actually here. Tap subscribe and turn on notifications if gentle, evidence-informed longevity is your thing. And one more note before we begin. Everything in this video is educational, not medical advice. If you manage a condition or take medications, talk with your clinician and tailor these ideas to your body. We begin with something so ordinary that most people look right past it: warmth. In long-lived Japanese communities, warmth is everywhere. Miso soup in the morning, green tea through the day, rice and vegetables served hot in the evening, even plain warm water between meals, not scalding, not lukewarm, comfortably warm. Your digestive enzymes work best at the same temperature your body loves. When you pour ice into the middle of a meal, you ask your stomach to spend energy heating everything before it can break anything down. When you keep your meals warm or at room temperature, you free that energy for repair and immune balance. Try a simple experiment for the next 3 days. Choose warm water or tea with meals. Skip the ice. And if you love cold fruit or chilled drinks, enjoy them at least 30 minutes after you finish eating. Tell me in the comments what changes. First for you, less bloating, fewer burps, steadier energy, or all three. Now, the morning ritual that quietly sets the tone for the rest of the day: warm water upon waking. Many Japanese elders make this automatic. They keep a small thermos on the counter, or they set the kettle before bed so it is just one button when morning comes. The moment you wake, drink 2 to 3 cups of pleasantly warm water, and then give your body about 45 minutes before breakfast. While you slept, your body finished a lot of housekeeping, cellular cleanup, hormone resets, and waste processing. Warm water helps move that work along. It wakes the stomach and the colon gently, encourages a regular bowel movement without drama, and lets your first meal land in a system that is already switched on. If that amount sounds like a lot, start with 1 cup for 3 days and then add half a cup every few mornings. If you are on a fluid restriction, adapt the idea with your clinician, perhaps 1 cup on waking and a warm cup later in the morning. The goal is not a heroic number. The goal is a feeling: a clearer head, a calmer stomach, and a steadier start to the day. The next lever is rhythm. Many Japanese elders keep their meals inside a modest daytime window, about 10 to 12 hours, and then let the night belong to repair. It is not about starving. It is about stopping early enough that your body can do what it has been wanting to do all along: stabilize insulin, reset hunger hormones, and clean house at the cellular level. If your current pattern stretches from a very early breakfast to a very late snack, do not slam the door, slide it. Move dinner 30 minutes earlier this week and another 30 minutes next week. Keep going until your window fits your life without stress. Most people notice changes inside 2 weeks: sleep with fewer wake-ups, mornings that feel clearer, and less late-night rummaging for something sweet. If evenings are your hard time, write evenings in the comments, and I will build a short episode with early dinner templates you can actually use. Let's talk about what goes on the plate. There is a rule so elegant you can keep it in your head without an app. 5 colors a day: red, orange or yellow, green, white or tan, and purple or blue. Each color carries different plant compounds that team up like instruments in an orchestra. You do not need a special store. Tomatoes or strawberries cover red, Carrots, squash, or orange peppers cover orange. Leafy greens, broccoli, or seaweed carry green. Onions, garlic, daikon, or mushrooms add the pale notes. Blueberries, black rice, or purple cabbage bring the deep tones. A simple lunch could be miso soup with carrots and tofu, a small bowl of rice, a seaweed salad, tomato slices with a drizzle of soy and vinegar, and a spoon of purple pickles. That is 5 colors without trying. If breakfast is beige, add blueberries. If dinner is brown, add greens or roasted carrots. If you want a printable 5-color cheat card for your fridge, write colors in the comments, and I will include it next time. Portion sense is the next lever, and it is kinder than any diet you have ever tried. Stop at about 80% full. In Okinawa, they say, hara hachibu. You eat slowly, you notice the moment hunger fades, and you leave the table light, not stuffed. There is no math, no guilt. Practical cues help. Set the utensil down between bites. Chew longer than you think you need. Serve meals in smaller bowls, so a normal portion looks abundant. At home, dish once, sit, and then wait 10 minutes before deciding about more. Most people discover that the urge passes and their energy stays smooth instead of heavy. If you have ever pushed back from a table and said, "I did it again," hara hachibu is your reset. Try it at one meal tomorrow and tell me how your body feels 2 hours later. Now the sequencing trick that ties the plate together: vegetables first, protein second, carbohydrates last. Same foods, new order. When you finish your vegetables first, the fiber lays down a gentle mesh in your small intestine that slows the arrival of sugars from whatever comes later. Protein next nudges appetite hormones that tell your brain, "We are getting satisfied." By the time you reach rice, bread, or noodles, your body is ready and your appetite is naturally calmer. Try it at your very next meal. Finish your salad or cooked vegetables completely. Eat your fish, eggs, beans, or tofu second. Enjoy the starch last. Pay attention to how you feel 90 minutes later. Most people report fewer cravings, fewer post-meal crashes, and steadier focus through the afternoon. If you take medications that affect blood sugar, keep your clinician in the loop as you change routines. Better numbers are wonderful, but safety always comes first. And now the pantry allies that quietly reshape digestion and mood: fermented foods. In traditional Japanese meals, there is almost always a little something alive. Miso, natto, naturally fermented. Pickled vegetables occasionally, a bit of fermented fish. You do not need much. A teaspoon of miso whisked into hot water becomes a 5-minute probiotic cup. 2 forkfuls of real pickles beside lunch seed your gut with friendly microbes. A small portion of plain yogurt or natto adds diversity. Start with 1 small ferment a day for a week. Let your system adapt. Then try 2 tiny servings. Spread through the day. Choose naturally fermented, unpasteurized products when possible. Pasteurization kills the very bacteria you are trying to add. Read labels. Many pickles are just vegetables in vinegar, not true ferments. Your gut is a garden. Plant a little every day and then feed it with fiber from vegetables, beans, and whole grains so it thrives. Let me give you a story to make all of this feel real. Yumi is 72 and wrote that she woke tired, felt puffy in the evening, and relied on coffee to jumpstart the day. She began with one habit: the warm water start. She moved dinner 30 minutes earlier and decided to try vegetables first at dinner, the first week she woke before her alarm. Coffee became a pleasure instead of a rescue. By the second week, she noticed that the late-night snack had stopped calling her name. She just was not hungry. Her comment was my favorite phrase to read. I didn't try to have willpower. I just wasn't hungry. Another message came from David, 68, who does not like rules and will never weigh food. He kept his favorite meals and simply changed their order. Salads felt less like a chore when he ate them first. Protein tasted better when he was not starving. By the time he reached the starch, he naturally ate a little less, without thinking about it. A month later, he wrote to say that his afternoon slump was gone, and his evening walk felt easier on his knees. He did not buy special foods, he changed sequence and timing. Hannah is 81 and avoids kneeling, but she wanted the calm feeling of traditional meals. She built a chair-based version of everything: warm tea on waking, colorful sides inside a small bento-style plate, miso cup, vegetables first, then fish, then a little bowl of rice. She keeps a small jar of purple pickles in the fridge door and adds 2 slices to whatever she eats. 6 weeks later, her update was simple. My rings fit again, I sleep better, and I'm less irritable with my grandkids in the late afternoon. Why do these gentle choices feel bigger than they look? Warmth supports the chemistry of digestion. Enzymes work best at body temperature, and a comfortable stomach sends a quiet all clear to the brain. Timing gives insulin and appetite hormones a daily rhythm. When you stop eating earlier, you cut nighttime spikes and let cleanup processes proceed without interruption. Color stacks protective plant compounds the body uses as tools. Some mop up oxidative stress, some support detoxification, some nudge the microbiome toward balance. Stopping at 80% respects the lag between stomach and brain and reduces the low-grade inflammation that follows overeating. Ferments send living helpers down the line, and the sequence trick flattens the peaks and valleys that make us chase snacks. Your body does not ask for perfection. It rewards direction and repetition. Let's turn ideas into a day you can actually live. Imagine a simple 12-hour window. You wake and drink warm water, stand by a window for morning light, and take a slow breath before you reach for anything else. Breakfast at 7 might be warm oats or rice porridge with blueberries and a sprinkle of toasted sesame plus green tea. Eat the berries first, then the oats, then anything sweet you add. Lunch at noon could be miso soup with carrots and tofu, tomato slices, a small bowl of rice and seaweed salad, vegetables first, protein second, rice last. Dinner at 6:30 might be grilled salmon or tempeh, steamed greens with garlic, sautéed mushrooms and onions, and 2 slices of purple pickles. Stop at pleasantly satisfied, not stuffed. After dinner, tea only, kitchen lights lower, a short walk or light stretching, then bed. If you prefer a later schedule, build a 10:30 to 8:30 window instead and keep the same anchors. I want to answer a few questions that come up all the time in this community. Do you have to give up coffee? No. Keep the warm water start, then have your coffee with or after food instead of on an empty stomach. If acid bothers you, pair coffee with breakfast or choose a lower acid brew, and keep caffeine earlier in the day if sleep is precious. What about dessert? Fruit most days, and a small treat some days works beautifully. The sequence rule still helps. Vegetables and protein first, dessert last, enjoyed mindfully. How much protein do you need? Include something protein-rich at each meal: fish, eggs, tofu, tempeh, beans, or yogurt, and aim for a palm-sized portion at main meals. If you are underweight or working to keep muscle, eat generously inside your window, include healthy fats, and add gentle strength work during the week so weight gained is useful muscle. Is sparkling water okay? Yes. If it does not bloat you, keep it room temperature with meals or enjoy it 30 minutes after. People also ask about supplements. Food and routine are the base. If you and your clinician choose to add supplements, keep them simple and consistent. An omega-3, if diet is low in fish, vitamin D if you are deficient, magnesium glycinate at night, if your clinician agrees it fits your situation. If you try new supplements, introduce one change at a time and listen to your body. If something feels off, step back, simplify, and rebuild with the habits that clearly help you: warmth, timing, color, portions, ferments, sequence. Let's troubleshoot the sticking points that predictably show up. If evenings are hard, portion dinner before you are hungry And place vegetables on the plate first so you begin in the right order. If you love crunchy cold foods, enjoy them at least 30 minutes after the meal so digestion is not shocked. If you wake at night to use the bathroom, shift more of your hydration earlier in the day and keep the warm water ritual smaller. If you travel, pack a small thermos, a few tea bags, and a tiny jar of naturally fermented pickles. Airports rarely have perfect meals, but you can keep your anchors, warm start, vegetables first, and harahachibu. If your family eats late, set a personal kitchen lights dim time and keep dinner lighter on those nights. Perfection is not the point. Momentum is. If ferments feel too strong, start with mellow miso or plain yogurt and keep the portion to a teaspoon. Increase slowly as your gut adapts. If appetite disappears, eat more earlier in the day and include protein and healthy fats, so 80% still gives you enough energy to feel steady. Micro recipes make habits automatic, so let me put a few in your pocket. 5-minute miso cup. Boil water, let it cool for a minute. Whisk in a teaspoon of miso. Add thinly sliced green onion and a handful of spinach. Sip slowly and eat your vegetables first. Gingery rice. Warm leftover rice in a ice pan with a splash of water, grate fresh ginger, fold in chopped greens until they soften, and finish with toasted sesame. Eat a small portion after your vegetables and protein. Sesame cabbage, shred cabbage, toss with rice vinegar and a pinch of salt, then finish with toasted sesame. This is your easy first course before anything else. Evening calm cup. A mug of hot water with a thin slice of lemon and a coin of ginger. Sip after dinner instead of snacking. Ferment sampler. Keep 2 small jars, 1 mellow pickle, and 1 kimchi, front and center in the fridge, so you remember 2 forkfuls a day. If you want simple tools that make these habits automatic, I will place gentle affiliate links in the description. An insulated thermos for the warm water ritual. An electric kettle with temperature control so your tea is never harsh. Miso paste and instant dashi for 5-minute soup. A small fermentation jar kit with airlock lids, bento-style plates, and smaller bowls that make 80% feel abundant. Using those links supports the channel at no extra cost to you, and you can of course find similar tools locally if you prefer. Let's turn this into a plan you can actually follow for 2 weeks. For the first 7 days, start with warm water upon waking. Move dinner 30 minutes earlier and use the vegetables first sequence at 1 meal a day. That is it. Notice what changes without forcing anything. For days 8 through 14, keep the warm water start and the earlier dinner. Use vegetables first at most. Meals, practice 80% full at dinner and add 1 fermented food daily. Keep the 5-color idea in your back pocket and add 1 missing color each day. At the end of 2 weeks, comment with the 1 habit that helped you most. Your answers guide what I film next, and your story will be the nudge someone else needs to start. Before we close, take 1 slow breath with me. Inhale through your nose for 4. Exhale through gently pursed lips for 6. Do this 3 times before every meal today. It slows you enough to taste your food, to notice the moment you reach 80%, and to enjoy the company you are with. Now tell me in the comments which habit you will start tomorrow. Warm water, 5 colors, vegetables first, harahachibu, or adding a daily ferment. Share your age and your city so I can shape the next episodes to this real community. If this helped, tap like so more adults over 60 can find it, subscribe for more gentle guides, and share this with a friend who wants a calmer, stronger next decade. Quiet, consistent choices today reshape how you feel at 70, 80, and beyond, and your body is ready to meet you there. A final reminder about kindness over perfection. You will have days when the timing slips, when the meal comes late, or when the colors on the plate are not as bright. Keep 1 anchor and let the rest be good enough. Some people keep the warm water start no matter what. Others keep vegetables first even at a restaurant. Others hold on to hara hachibu and stop at pleasantly satisfied. Your anchor might be different on travel days than at home. The body responds to direction and repetition, not to scolding. Each time you return to warmth, rhythm, color, portions, ferments, and sequence, you are teaching your nervous system that food is not a fight, it is support.